Hi everybody, welcome to video number 7 of our home training videos on YouTube. Today we're going to focus on karate striking. We're going to do a few different strikes coming in from different angles and directions and focus on our speed and power. Thanks to those that have been watching and supporting these videos. It's really appreciated and it's really nice to hear from people that have been doing their practice at home along with these videos. Apologies, this is our first video in a couple of weeks. I wasn't feeling too well last week, so I needed a little bit of a rest, but back on it today and back on with the training. Here we go. Find some space and enjoy. Okay, so you don't need much room for this one. We're just going to need a small circle area because we're just going to be using the hands, okay? And we're going to be coming in from some different angles and doing some different movements. So, as always, start with your feet straight, knees nice and relaxed, body posture nice and straight and relaxed. And we're going to start first with a hammer strike. Anybody that likes the Marvel films, one of my favourite characters is Thor, and he carries that hammer and strikes down with that hammer. So this is pretty similar, okay? So what we're going to do, if we start from a simple punching position, this is a good position to just start from, okay? Bring this back hand up above your head. Now notice, I don't bring my elbow out like this. I'm just going to keep my elbow relaxed and quite close to me here, and the other arm is going to come under this arm, very similar to when we did the low block movement, but this time it's going to come this way like this, and I'm just going to rotate back a little bit with my hip and bend my knees a little bit here. This is going to create some power in the strike, okay? So we're going to come back here, and then we're going to strike down and let the hip come forward and drop the knees down. Hit with this hand and pull this one back to your side. Hikite in Japanese means to pull the arm back, okay? The pulling arm, all right? So down and strike here. We're coming into this region, the forehead, into the eyes and the eyebrow, kind of nose area. You can adjust the strike to different targets. You can even use this strike to the chest, different places, okay? But I'm going to keep it towards this center area here, just to keep a solid target, okay? So coming up with the other hand, this one under, twist the hips and drop, okay? Now, don't try to force your hips, don't try to force your body to do anything. The best way to throw a punch or a strike is to imagine, if you're throwing a ball, you don't think about your hip movement. You just pick up that ball and you just throw it, and your hips just do what they need to do. And you will bend your knees and you do everything naturally. But when we do a karate strike, a lot of people overthink and they start sort of doing unnatural things with their hips and their bodies, okay? So just imagine you picking up that ball and then you're throwing that ball this way and you let that hip come forwards, okay? So let's give that a try. We'll do 2 slowly. Start from the punching position, ready? 1, 2. Okay, let's go a little bit faster, okay? Take your time. For some people, especially the youngsters and newer martial arts students, it might be difficult to do the 2 things at once, but this is a very common occurrence in a lot of the moves that we do. So just take your time. If you need to pause the video, that's okay, and focus on getting both arms correct. So we want the striking arm to come up and the other arm to come underneath. Okay, right, let's do 10 fast. Here we go. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, 8, 9, 10. So that's our first movement. That's focusing on coming down, okay? This is a downward strike, making the power and the force come into the person and drop them down this way. It doesn't matter about the target. The motion of their body will go down this way when you hit them with a downward strike like that, okay? So the next one I'd like to focus on is maybe 1 or 2 rounded techniques. We do a kick like this called roundhouse kick, which we've done a lot in the previous videos. This, we're going to start with a chopping movement that's going to come around and come into the side of the head or come into the side of the chest here or the ribs, okay? So this is a classic karate chop, all right? So if you put one hand here and the other hand on your side like normal. Now, this is very similar to the previous one that we did, but instead of coming down, we're going to come around with it instead, okay? So copy me, this hand, come up slowly to your ear like you're on the phone. This time the elbow will come out a little bit because we're not coming forwards like this, we're coming around, okay? So this hand, once again, same as before, bring it under here like this, facing down, because we can use this as a small block, okay, to protect ourselves while we're actually going to do this strike with this hand, all right? So let's give it a try. So up, under, let that hip go back again, but don't over twist your shoulders like we've talked about in the previous videos, just let the knees bend. And then from here, twist this hand and chop with it. And this one, come back to your side, okay? So watch this, ready? Let's do it together. Here. Okay, so both hands end flat. I'm imagining that I'm holding a plate of chips in one hand and a lovely packet of biscuits in the other hand, okay? Right, here we go. Other hand, ready? Up on the phone, hello. Under here, and strike. Good. Right, let's try a little bit faster if you can. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, ich, ach, ku, chu. Now, my students that train with me, you know, we've mentioned before, that we do a ki noise on number 5 and number 10. So if you're training at home, if you've got your karate suit on, or even if you haven't, that's okay. Maybe you can try and practice your ki-eyes, practice your focus like you do in the class, keep your balance strong, and maybe some of the younger kids and some of the younger students that we have can show your parents just how hard you're training and how special your karate is, okay? So we've done a couple of different movements there. One is coming down and one is coming around, okay? Very similar body movement at the start, this kind of motion with our hip like we're throwing that ball. But the only difference is one comes elbow in and down, the other one comes elbow out and around, like this, okay? Now, if any of you play sports, you might have played badminton, you might play tennis, okay? Different sports where you have a racket. This is a similar motion. Baseball in America maybe. So we hit this way, rounders, yeah? There's loads of sports. So this motion is very good for cutting around, okay? Now we're going to do a second round movement, but instead of starting from up now, we're going to start from down, okay? Because, you know, if we're just walking through the street one time, we're not going to be walking around with our hands up like this all the time. So sometimes we need to be able to do a strike from a position where our hands are low, okay? So we've got a very, very good movement here, which we call furyuchi in Japanese, which is a rounded, backhanded strike coming in this way. And you can also do a chop movement, exactly the same, but your hand is open instead. So why don't you choose? I'm going to do the hand closed for a few of them, and then I'm going to do the hand open for a few of them, and we'll see the difference, okay? So start with your hand here, very similar to a head block, but head block is a lot higher because we're protecting the head. This one we're actually hitting the head, so we need to be in line with the head here, okay? So this one here, drop it down to your side. This one here, we're going to do that little mini block again. As you drop those arms down, you let the knees relax and you let the hip come back to the way that you're going to hit. And then from here, this one down here is going to hit, and this one is going to pull back. So let's do a couple slowly. Ready? Hitch. Drop this one in front of you, and knee. Okay, you got the hang of that? If not, go back, have another look, rewind, and try again. Okay, let's do 10 a little bit faster if you can. Relax that body. Nothing you do wants to be stiff, okay? Just relax. For the older students, any of you that are watching this, or more senior people, we talk about kime, we talk about the strength of the strike, the power of the strike. You want to relax, any of the parents that want to understand a little bit more maybe, you want to relax through the motion, and then when you make connection with the opponent or with the partner, you want to tighten up the correct muscles and the correct parts of the hand and the body, okay? So it's on impact that we strengthen up, okay? If we strengthen up from the beginning, then we become very slow and very stiff, and our opponent can read or telegraph what we're going to do, okay? So you need to remain relaxed, and then from here you can swing very fast with this hand, okay? So let's try 10 fast. Here we go. Ready? Ich, ni, san, chi, go, kiai. Good. All right, I'm going to open my hands now. I'm going to do the same technique, but look, I'm just going to open my hands and I'm going to chop instead. All right? On that first one that you were doing with the hand closed, by the way, you're hitting with the knuckles. All right? I don't want anybody hitting with the wrong part of the hand. So don't hit with this bit. We're not doing a punch, all right? They're coming through this way. We're hitting with the backs of the knuckles here. Very similar to a back fist, all right? Coming in with those knuckles here, all right? Now with the chopping hand, we're coming in here and we're hitting with this blade part of the hand here, coming into there, whichever target you choose, okay? Neck, body, ribs, all right? So I'm going to do a few chops now. Ready? Here we go. Ich. Dropping that hand down, yeah? Ni. San. Chi. And kiai. All right, good. Shake off, loosen off a bit. So there we've done one downward technique, 2 rounded techniques, okay? What we're trying to focus on is making these faster and more powerful. Now, what I was talking about before, the hips and the movement, that's the most important thing. Don't be like a robot, don't be all stiff, and don't try to do anything unnatural that your body wouldn't normally do. The best way to start is to practice slow with all of these techniques, and then your body will be nice and relaxed. So when you're doing this, just relax, yeah, relax. And then slowly, you'll build up a bit more speed, and the older ones especially can start to think about the hips a little bit more and firing that hip in as you strike, okay? Dropping the weight down, regardless of the technique that you do, you want to drop a little bit, because if you hit them and your weight is up here, then you're going to fly backwards, okay? So, now we're going to focus on a technique which is going to come upwards, okay? So we've done down and around, and now we want to focus on one that's coming up. So we're going to use our elbow to strike now, okay? Now this is, obviously all karate techniques can be very dangerous, but this one in particular, your elbow is very, very hard, okay? So if you strike with your elbow, it's very painful, can be very painful for the person, all right? So any of the kids that are watching, as always, like we teach in the dojo, these techniques are not to be messed around with. You know, you don't go around to your friends and start hitting them with these techniques and stuff, otherwise you're going to get in trouble, and guess what? I'm getting in trouble too, right? So practice these with parents, practice these with the older people, your grandparents, maybe some aunties and uncles and some adult siblings if you've got them. But please don't, you know, go into your little brother in his bedroom and give him a doof, otherwise you're going to be in trouble, okay? All right, so we're going to try an elbow strike. So we'll put this hand here again. Now this one's good. This is a little bit simpler, this one. This one's just going to pull back, ikite, yeah? This one is going to come up and drive through with your elbow and hit the, let's aim for the chest area around here, okay? And the hand wants to be this way, like you're on the phone again. You don't want to turn it this way. For our older members or anyone that wants to understand, basically we want to show the person the bone of our arm, okay? Here, okay, just because that decreases the chance of any damage to our arm, because this is the hardest part of our arm, all right? We don't want to show them the soft part of our arm here, where it's all, yeah, softy here, right? So turn your hand that way, like you're on the phone, and show them this bony part when you hit them with the elbow, okay? Right, let's give that a try. We'll do 2 slowly. Here we go, ready? Ich, drop, let that hip twist, but don't go like this, okay? Because they'll kick you in the back if you're sparring with them, all right? Ready? Knee. All right, I think we can do that one a bit faster. Now, the tendency is for these types of short, sharp techniques for you to stiffen up again, so please don't. Relax, and then right at the end, tighten up your body, okay? Ready? Ich, knee, san, chi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, kiai, bam. All right, well done. Very good. Okay guys, we'll do one more today, all right? We've done 1 downward movement, 2 rounded movements, 1 upward movement. Now we've got 1 direction left. We've done this way, and this way. But with this arm, I want to do an inside movement coming this way. So we've done outside with both arms, but now we want to do an inside movement with both arms, okay? The reason being that we might be in a situation where we can't come around to the outside. We might need to be small and compact and then drop down and come from the inside here, okay? So this follows very similar principles again to the one that's coming down, okay? But the only difference is, this is another chop that we're going to do. The only difference is you're coming to the other side of your head here. You're opening the hands and this time chopping down into the neck or into the chest area here, okay? You can give someone a dead arm with this, right? So, dropping. Now this is a bit of a strange movement compared to the others which feel more natural, I think, okay? But let's give it a try. So we'll start from a punch. So this hand, bring it up, and the other side of your head, open the hand. You know, like you're giving yourself a cuddle, right? This hand, just underneath, like before. The hip is going to drop as we hit with the top arm. Ready? 1, and this one comes back. Now keep this bent on the elbow and keep this nice and straight in line with the neck. Let's go for the neck here, okay? So we don't want it to drop down here, it's too far, all right? Ready? This one now comes under here and through, and this one goes underneath, and then we're going to hit with this one. Drop, okay? Knees, hips, waist. Very, very important, all right? Let's try a few fast, 10 fast, okay? Ready? Keep the eye on number 5 and number 10. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, kiai, ha. All right, well done, well done. We've done quite a few different techniques there, especially for some of our younger viewers. Some of those might be quite difficult. For the seniors, just looking for constant improvement in speed, correct muscle usage, posture, you know, balance, everything, okay? Everything that you practice can be improved all of the time. We are never at a point where we're perfect. We have to keep practicing our basics. We have to keep practicing on our focus and discipline, especially while we're at home, okay? And you're doing a great job. Well done. All right, well done everybody. I hope you enjoyed that one. I personally really like practicing the strikes with my hands. I find it very relaxing at the same time. My techniques always improve with more and more practice, okay? I'd like to thank everybody that's been leaving me a little comment on the previous videos. It's really, really nice for me to see the parents and the children are commenting and liking the videos and practicing with the videos. Please do me a favour and share it with all of your school friends that you know that might train with me, or those that don't, because they might enjoy doing some practice, okay? And maybe one day they would like to start karate as well. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. There's a little button down below, and also next to that somewhere you'll see a little bell icon. If you click that bell, and you will receive all the notifications every time we release a new video. At the moment, we're releasing a new video every Tuesday, with the idea of keeping up our practice and doing as much as we can, and I don't want you to miss out on anything. Please feel free to send me any pictures or videos, parents. I absolutely love seeing people practicing and knowing that they're enjoying their training, and also just to catch up and see how you're all doing, especially some of our school kids, our primary schools. I haven't heard from some of you for a while, and I'd really like to see how you're all doing. Until next time, keep up your training. Thanks very much. See you soon.